What's up, everybody? This is Gamer CJE. Welcome back to Cities Skylines. Today we're going to be here in Stockton once again, and today I thought we'd go over kind of just my general idea of how to plan for expansion. So we're at sort of a stalemate here in our first starting tile. We've pretty much taken all the space we can for residential zoning, and the rest of it we have sort of laid out for different areas of industry. So the next thing we need to do is plan for an area to expand our residential population here so we can have enough workers for our industrial zones. Or I guess kind of the other way to think about it is having an area for people to move into, making sure they have jobs to work at. Here, kind of neither here nor there, but today I believe the area we need to expand into is sort of kind of following the river here. Now, unfortunately, we didn't do this planning in the past, and I would have liked to sort of be able to spread more into this area, because this entire area right here is basically worthless for industry because there are no natural resources. In this area where I want to build more residential into has a whole bunch of oil available, but it's not the only area close by where I can have an oil industry. And the other thing is, this whole area doesn't have to be residential. I can sort of expand up here and maybe leave a little bit of an area down here by the railroad where you don't really want to have people anyway, and kind of have an oil industry down here somewhere later on. So let's start off by purchasing a couple of tiles. And I do have the 81 tiles mod, which makes it so I can buy all 81 tiles of the map, and makes it a lot easier. I think it makes the game more enjoyable to be able to use the whole map. So let's sort of get into expanding our residential area. I tried to get a little bit fancy and go away from just a straight grid pattern over here, and I think it looks fairly good. And of course, what you sacrifice when you go for this look is you don't get as many houses. It's not as functional as the grid pattern is. You don't get quite as many people into the same area, but you know, I guess it's worth it to have this little different looking area. So we've expanded pretty much as we are going to over here, and yeah, I added in another 4-lane road that's gonna end up going across over here later, and I changed the main road from a 4-lane into a 6-lane. So now this 6-lane meets up with 4-lane distributor roads, or whatever they're called, and then we got our little residential roads here. I changed them from the gravel roads into these nice paved roads with trees. It increases the land value, which then of course increases the tax that we get. It also makes it so that houses are more likely to upgrade because the property value is going to be higher. And whoa, what was that about? That was kind of weird. Are we low on electricity? Oh, we're low on electricity. Never mind. That makes sense. Fairly soon we'll be able to get away from just using these coal power plants, but for now it's kind of the best we can do, unfortunately. So right now we just have the coal power plants, and I don't think I have any windmills or anything like that. Unfortunately, this river does not have good wind for this advanced wind turbine. All right, so we are now Big Town. We made Busy Town while I was doing all that work in the time lapse. So Busy Town, we got oil industry specialization, and it looks like that's pretty much it other than unlocking these roads. All right, so but now we have unlocked Big Town, which makes it so we can have campus areas, all the stuff that goes along with it, and it gives us I think that's the pedestrian area stuff, the commercial wall-to-wall buildings, that stuff, I'm pretty sure. Oh, and we've unlocked financial office buildings. I just recently purchased that I forget what it's called, just financial, maybe it was just called Financial District DLC, but I have never used it, so we'll see what it's like when we get there. But I'll probably leave that for a little bit later in this city. I don't want to have the residential or the financial district right now. Our next milestone is small city, and that's going to be at 12,000. So like I was saying, we didn't have enough wind in the river here to use these, and we didn't really have a great place to put just a regular wind farm because that would have messed up our main industrial area here, and I didn't want to do that. And one thing I don't like is how crazy they get about having all this commercial all over the place, commercial real estate, the demand for commercial. So we'll just kind of fill it right along the highway here, see what happens. I don't want to build anything on this actual main road here. That way traffic can kind of flow a little bit better. What do we have here? Do we still have a stoplight there? No. Ah, let's just get rid of all that stuff for the meantime. Eventually this is going to be an intersection we'll have to actually do something about, but right now it doesn't look like it's that big of a deal, so we'll just leave it alone. And we will also expand our commercial along the rest of that road there as well. We should have a fire station pretty close to that. We do. Alrighty. And our schools are doing okay. Yeah, it looks like they're doing okay. Alright. Well, I think that's going to about do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider leaving a like and maybe even subscribing, and join me next time.